Greetings! Boy, time flies, doesn't it? Well, welcome to Geeks First, and today I have both an apology as well as a video that's basically going to set the tone for hopefully the next 6 months of what's going to be coming from myself. So as you might have noticed, there has been a hiatus of content, for lack of a better word, and, well, there's a pretty good reason for that. As YouTube is not my primary, I won't say focus or source of revenue, as that probably would make sense for most people that are not doing this full time, I kind of have to be very careful of what time I spend in regards to my free time to make sure that I balance both the business aspect of things that I'm trying to run, because I do run a business, my day job, which basically at this point is a little bit more complicated, and I will go into that in small detail, and the enjoyment factor of making content, because boy, I really do like this, and I really would like to see this channel grow and do some pretty neat stuff. So, in no particular order here, we're going to discuss these kind of past 2 months, and obviously I need more videos. This is just a quick update for the channel. There's a lot that has changed in the Flesh and Blood community. Looks like some members have kind of shifted around, and some newcomers have popped up, and boy, there's some pretty good content hitting the market. So I highly recommend checking out some of these new content creators that, while I may have not been producing content, I have been avidly listening and watching during the time that I have to be able to keep up and try to maintain some semblance of understanding of what's happening in the community. Everything from the Blitz gate, including that in Worlds, to a couple of different individuals that have, like, again, spun up to really become more of a pillar of great content in the community, and that's awesome. I do like to see that. So one of the very first things I'll touch on is obviously with having some of the tech background that I have and video equipment, I would like to produce high quality content, which is the reason that I have not produced anything. Because in my opinion, if I'm going to produce something, I would rather put the effort into making something that's good and actually have that come out versus, basically doing just crappy content. I would like something engaging for you to watch. So that's the first thing. Second, I guess, as much as I'd love to apologize to you for not producing that content, well, I hate to say it, but, life kind of finds a way. And that's a Jurassic Park, reference there, but I basically have to make sure that my ducks are in a row with my personal life, and obviously I would like this channel to continue to grow. So that is my next focus. My next 6 months will be focused on attempting to grow this channel and seeing where I can basically creativity mindedly go, lead me into the unknown. I have a bunch of content that I had filmed that I have not edited, and that is partially why there was a gap. Is I am looking at changing editing softwares, and in that process I have been having to relearn things, aka I was editing in Adobe Premiere, and I'm really tired of their gouging of prices for a monthly thing compared to Blackmagic DaVinci Resolve, which is basically a one-time you buy it and you own it. I know the industry is going more towards software as a service, and that's a whole nother conversation, and I will not go into that because that is a very fiery topic for myself. But I've been attempting to learn a whole new NLE, and that has proved to be a lot more complicated than I had thought, especially given the constraints of life in general. So because of that, I will be, for the moment, switching back to Premiere and trying to produce the same quality that I had prior. And then going forward, I will continue to work with the new DaVinci Resolve kind of setup and attempting to make sure that if I am able to get graphics and things in there, that will be the direction I will go. So there's that. Next, day job. Obviously, I wish I was a millionaire. I'm not. I wish I could just do whatever I want all the time. Can't. We have to do things. So obviously, I am beholden to my job. And recently there was a staffing change that has put a little bit of extra pressure on myself to basically kind of continue to be able to perform the same amount of stuff, but with 50% of the people involved. That's all the detail that I'll give. But basically, going forward, I will do my best to create content and do so in a fashion that is going to be conducive to enjoying that content, because I have to enjoy creating it and be passionate about the topic, which I'm very passionate about. TCGs, Flesh and Blood, Magic Gathering, just in general, Pokemon. I like all these different TCGs, especially some of the newer ones. I haven't really gotten to explore much Cryptid. I am a backer of that one. Sorcery, I haven't gotten to play much with that. I want to learn Genesis. I got my first card from a DM Armada envelope, so that's awesome, because I don't know if most of you may not know this, but I am mostly a Patreon to almost every Flesh and Blood content creator that's out there, and that's just my personal way of trying to support the community. So where I can, I attempt to try and back those individuals that are creating the content to help drive the game forward, because I feel that is that's how they're going to be able to put more time. Similar to myself that's trying to invest the time in, they need help doing that, in my opinion, because based on my knowledge of how much expensive gear costs, and I won't even get into the dollar amount, but what I am filming on currently is at least in the 5-digit range, probably, with the combined total of equipment. At minimum, I would say at least the 5-digit range. Definitely not more than that, but I have dealt with larger scale items, and long story short, to produce good content requires good gear. I've been lucky enough to be a videographer and photographer at conventions for the last 10 years, and I have amassed my own little grouping of items to be able to do these type of neat things, because it was both a hobby, a passion, and it was also things that I did for professional events. All that said, I am going to continue to try to, again, produce content. I'm going to work my best to get some stuff. This video is just hopefully a real quick, here you go, here's where it's at. Life is good. Today, actually, is the 1-year anniversary of my marriage, so that's awesome. I am very happy that my wife lets me do these video montage kind of things, because they do take up quite a bit of space, so that's fun. She enjoys opening cards as well, so we'll be seeing her on this channel as well. Originally there was going to be 2 different genre channels, and there was a lot of debate between how we approach that, because she had a brand called Pokey Penguin and I have the brand Geeks First, and realistically they're kind of the same concept, so why have 2 different channels? If she's not going to concentrate on it full time, I can leverage the footage that we shot during the pandemic. I have hundreds of episodes of us opening all sorts of Pokemon, Magic, Magic Mon, which is us opening both Pokemon and Magic at the same time. And then Flesh and Blood came out, and we mixed that in, and we started doing Flesh and Blood montages and things. So we have tons and tons of footage, even from our what I'm calling the old studio, which was just literally one room to the right, formerly our kitchen. So now we can eat in the kitchen, which is great. So now we have this, which is our new studio. Progress is interesting, and as time progresses, you learn to not necessarily disrespect, but respect the space that you have, the time that you have, the people that you're around, the friends that you've made, the community that you're in, and I am just excited to be a part of these communities, even if at this point I am not providing what I feel is the utmost value. And that's a personal thing on myself, because I want to do tutorial videos, how to play, deck tech videos. I want to engage. We did the Fablorian thing for a very short amount of time, and I need to find probably even another guest to co-host that with me, because that podcast was really the idea of lore in Flesh and Blood. And while I wanted to have that on this main channel here, I felt like it really needed to be a separate channel, because that was going to be deep dives into lore. And the individual that I was originally working with there may not have the flexibility of the schedule because of his life, his children, to be able to do that once a week or once every other week. Finding reliability in people, and this is nothing toward Chris, this is just a general statement, reliability in people to be able to dedicate that time, that effort, that energy to just come and do the initial shooting and then to do the editing on top of that. It's a lot of work. So for all the content creators that actually put the effort in, I very much applaud you. Thank you for all the effort and stuff that you're doing, because, well, what looks easy scrolling through your phone, doom scrolling, finding the thing, watching the content, listening, and just going to the next video. Hours and hours and hours and hours and hours go into those videos. I'm going to specifically call out 2 content creators. One of them, which is Sloopdoop. That dude is going to be #1. Like, I guarantee if he keeps up his trajectory, he is spot on. Like, he has everything going for him with the editing and everything else. That is top notch. That is what I hope to achieve, because he is doing stuff right. You know, then you have individuals, and I guess I'll go 2 more. You got DM Armada. You got Flukenbox. I mean, even Tall Timmy. Now you got the Ragamuffin. I could just keep going. I mean, there's Red Zone Rogue. I mean, technically Alpha Investments, but you know, his is a very niche-y style. All these content creators, they are all putting in countless hours and effort to get their videos out there, and it shows. And it's really interesting to see 93 Media, you know, the Legends podcast, all these podcasts that are happening. It takes time, and suffice to say, I want to put the time in. I just need to get a couple more ducks in a row. So this is just an intern video that I'm sorry that I've disappeared for 2 months. Life did get in the way, and I apologize for that. I will be working on trying to get some more stuff, but in the meantime, hopefully you enjoy everything. If you are going to, so Michael Hamilton, one call out for him. Hopefully you do really good in the tournament that you're going to. So good luck, sir. And to my local Flesh and Blood community here in Indianapolis, thank you. I really hope that I can show up to an armory on Monday nights, because my Mondays have been crazy lately. So sorry for not trying to show up to those. But hopefully sooner or later I'll be able to get to one of those again, and just keep at it. If you enjoy the hobby, get somebody else into it. Give them a free starter deck. Go buy them a Blitz deck. Build them a Commoner deck. Do something. Get the community involved. That's going to be how we're going to grow this community. And I think that overall, that's my goal. That's where I'm going to focus on my channel content, specifically with the Flesh and Blood pieces. I'm going to work on trying to find ways to educate and grow, maybe even news segments, because I do find it funny to do the Anchorman style of like news, and maybe there's going to be enough news that can be a very unique segment. So anyways, that's enough. I don't want to keep rambling here, but very much appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you did listen to this whole movie, like, share, subscribe, hit that bell button. You know the drill. I'll be back, and again, my sincere apologies for kind of just falling off the face of the earth there. But good news is I got some Gen Con footage. I got box openings. I sold some high-end Magic cards to convert into Flesh and Blood product. I got some basic tutorial videos that I've already written and filmed parts of. So I have content. I just need to get it prepped, ready, edited, and out to the door to you. So until next time, enjoy. And in the comment section below, feel free to leave whatever piece of advice you have for somebody trying to aspire to be a YouTuber, because boy, sometimes it is so hard to just turn the lights on, fire that camera up, say the words, and then be thorough with putting it online. Because filming is one thing, editing's a whole nother beast, and getting it to YouTube, that's the cat's meow. So cheers, have a good one, and we'll see you later.